Rem Kassoon.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
John Francois. Here. Summers. Absent. Witt.
Here.
Kleiner.
Here.
Burr. Is absent. Massey. Here. President Rodriguez.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Approval of minutes.
Tonight we have the minutes from the January 17th, 2017 council meeting.
Motion by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence.
Okay, tonight we have two. We have a bid moratorium application for 8 to 10 East Main Street.
Board of Planning.
Then we also received a letter from Metro North Railroad about an open house for the Port Jervis Line Improvement Study, Wednesday, February, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Received and filed.
That is all for correspondence.
For the good of the city, anyone would like to address this council, please step forward.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Diddle. I was here a couple weeks ago. I guess I just want to speak again on the same scenario in reference to the building that's going on behind my house. We've definitely addressed our concerns continuously. And yes, one of the vehicles that were on the property causing so much fumes and issues has been removed. However, I still want to know who is responsible for holding them accountable to the last month of diesel fumes being, just pluming towards my home, coming inside my home and what have you. We have an extensive amount of footage of this. So, I guess that's what I'm looking to have addressed. Who's responsible for enforcing? Everything that I've done research-wise shows that New York State says a diesel vehicle, if not being used, cannot idle more than 5 minutes. These people have definitely idled way beyond 5 minutes. And they're disrespectful about it because that is in a blotter report that I foiled for. So I hopefully will have that in the coming days. Again, it's just I want to make sure that this developer is doing everything that they're supposed to in reference to approvals from you guys, DEC, Department of Health, anything pertaining to this project is legit and that they're following all the things that they're supposed to be doing. I guess that's it. Okay,
Thank you. Anyone else would like to address the council? Okay, reports of the department heads, economic development.
Nothing this evening?
Any questions for Maria? Thank you, Maria. Fire chief.
Good evening, folks. Not too much because the mayor covered most of our numbers from last year on his speech. Great job, Mayor. And also, I'd just like to bring up, there's some questions about the parade for this coming year, how we're going to every 3 years. We talked about this for like 4, 5, 6 months in the chief's office and now border officers. And it came down to participation from ourselves, from neighboring departments, citizens watching the parade. It's just that when we have it every year, we think the numbers are getting less and less. So we've gone through every 3 years. We're going to have a parade this year, 2017. Then the next parade would be 2020, every 3 years for the outgoing chief. Because the chief, our cycle is every 3 years. So we talked to a few departments in our neighborhood with how they do it. They do it every three years. They do it every 2 years. It's a money thing. People used to come all the time, but now bands cost so much. They like to feed their members when they come. So it came down to money, I believe. So now that we've sent out applications that we're having a parade every 3 years, we've gotten back people that haven't came in the last couple of years. So people are coming already. So the numbers might go higher. So I hope it works. We think it's going to work. That's why we went to every 3 years, just because of numbers. That's why it costs a lot of money now to come to parades. Bands cost a couple grand, food, doing on the truck, working trucks. That's the reason why we did that. I know you had a question about that, but that's the reason why, because just participation from everybody. We're hoping to get the numbers back up, build it back up like it was, and something to look forward to every 3 years maybe now. Every 3 years that people come, crowd, the street be crowded, a lot of fire departments be coming. That's what we're hoping for. That's why we did that. Yes.
Chief, in that 3-year parameter, if a particular company has an anniversary coming up, would you consider having a parade, say on year 2, if an engine was having a 75th or 100th?
We've spoken about that also with the chief's office and also with the board of officers. What was brought up was, listen, if the company's having an anniversary, they can have throw their own party, their own thing, get together, invite who they want. And then when that parade comes up, they're a year away or 2 years away, we have something for them in that parade, you know? Won't be on the same year as their anniversary, but the company who has the anniversary can throw a party, can throw whatever they want, you know, do things all year long, something every month, you know, like the Ontarios did a few years ago. They had ball games, they had this party, they had this dinner. So companies can still do things. It just won't be a parade that year.
But you would honor them?
Absolutely,
When-
sure.
When the parade did come up, say if it was the third year?
Absolutely, absolutely.
When's the next parade?
This year.
It's here,
I
okay.
hope to see everybody because we won't see you for 3 years, so this year should be a good year, right?
So we'll spend some money.
Yeah.
Any questions for the chief? Alderman Kleiner.
Chief, thank you. I just had seen that in the report, and then we had seen it in the letter referred to, and I don't like for things to be rumors. I just like for everybody to know what you're doing and why you're doing it,
Correct, yeah.
and certainly understand.
And also what we're going to do, I didn't mention this, but on the 2 off years, we're still going to have, because the city charter says we still have to inspect everybody. So we're still, like we do that Friday night, we'll go around and inspect just Middletown companies. And then we'll hold it the week before our annual dinner, which is in May. So when we come to the dinner, we can give out trophies for Middletown companies. And at the annual dinner, we have 200, 250 people. So there's more people there than at the awards. So every year, Middletown's going to get trophies for the trucks and for the rooms and for the firehouse. So there's still a competition. So it keeps everybody still active in what they do. We thought that was the best thing. Maybe we can add a few more things as we go. But right now, it's just we're doing a couple things for now on the off years.
Anyone else? Thank you, chief. DPW Commissioner.
Good evening. I'm going to be very brief. Following the mayor and the great job he did leading the city with all of you guys, we very much appreciate it. We sent an email out. Part of our ESG project is to replace the street lights throughout the city of Middletown. And we wanted to take a field trip. It was scheduled for tomorrow, but now we're going to have to cancel it because really we want to go. It's a 2-hour drive to a small, it's a township in Connecticut in there where they have installed those light fixtures, LED light fixtures. As you know, we're going to purchase all these light fixtures from Orange and Rockland, convert them to LED. So I'd like to have as much of input from you guys as possible. So if you can come up with a date, we came up with a date for tomorrow, but it's not going to work out. If you can come up with a date within the next week that you can be all available, or whoever is interested. If you're not interested, just send me an email back and say, Jacob, I'm not interested or I can't make it. So we're looking for a date between tomorrow and next tomorrow. We can't do it. With the following week, please. Help us out with it. I'd like to have your input in there because that's a major undertaking in our part, and I don't want to put up fixtures in there and then you say, oh my God, they look ugly, or, we're going to try our best, but I'd like to have your input as well. We're going to have a bulk, in the next council meeting, we're going to have a bulk cleanup declaration. Should you decide, the council have to approve it, which is a spring cleanup, and it's going to start in April 24th. We are proposing it will start in the 3rd ward, then 2nd ward, 1st ward, and 4th ward. And if that's acceptable to you guys, we would like to do it. So we'll present that to you next council meeting, and hopefully you can approve it.
After Easter and before Mother's Day?
Yes, one of them is, unfortunately, one of them is going to be, the last week is going to be following Mother's Day, because we have to clear it. We can't do it during Easter and those holidays. Easter is a little bit early this week. So this year, I beg your pardon. So we'll circulate them. If you have any suggestions, we'll be very happy to look at them to change the dates. But also, we do have a code enforcement officer vacancy, and we would like to fill it immediately. We have an ad in the paper for certified code enforcement officer. It will have to obviously comply with the civil service laws and regulations. And we started accepting some resumes and confidence, and the deadline for accepting the application is March 7th. So that's a vital job in our department, and we're looking for a team player and a really dynamic department in here, very important department in the city of Middletown. And with that, if you have any questions for me?
Just going back to the construction site, the fumes.
Yes.
Are we addressing this?
Yes, we are. As you're aware, you and the mayor, and Alderman Massey and Alderman Jude involved in the decision in there. We issued a stop work order on the job for Monday and yesterday, and because of the fumes. were coming out of the machine, and there happened to be an officer in there that he did witness, a police officer, he did witness and certify that fumes were present in one of the residents in there. So we issued a stop work order immediately, meaning you can't have any more work in that site. However, the contractor, he was in the process of moving that machine, which is a huge chipper, about 750 horsepower, large machine that chips the trees that they cannot log and take out of off-site. He was in the process of taking it out because he could not service it on-site. So now the machine is gone. We did not know that. However, we did issue the stop work order even after the machine was gone, just to make a point and to tell the developer that we're not going to tolerate these fumes in there, especially having a police officer there to witness the incident. So we met with them this morning as well, and we lifted the stop work order. The machine is going to be relocated far away from where it is right now, and we told them we're not going to tolerate the fumes even at the new location, whatever that location is going to be. So they understand, they got the message, and they have to reinforce a little bit of their construction entrances in there so that no mud is tracked on the road. And if any mud is tracked on the road, it should not be, but if it does happen, because that's a construction site, they're going to clean it right away. They've been cleaning it right away. They've been taking pictures and documenting their efforts, and so that's where we are.
Any question for Jacob? Thank you, Jacob.
Yep.
City Assessor? Question for Bonnie? Thank you, Bonnie. Recreation Department?
Good evening. Definitely exciting things happening in Middletown. We're always so busy, and I just want to take the time to thank the mayor, thank the Common Council, thank our Recreation Commission, and thank all of our workers, especially our part-timers that are hands-on out there with our community. They're doing a great job. A couple things I just wanted to add with improvements we're looking to do in 2017. We have a new pavilion that'll be built in the spring at Maple Hill Park. That'll be available for reservations to the community for family events and community events. We're also going to be putting an aerator fountain in the Maple Hill Pond, which will clean that algae, beautify the park, just like it cured up the problem at Davidge Park, and how that's really nice. So we're looking forward to that as well. That disc golf course the mayor mentioned, that's going to be going to back at Davidge behind the pool. We're hoping at some point it becomes an 18-hole golf course. And we got started with this. I just want to thank the New York State Department of Health's Healthy Neighborhoods program, and it's facilitated by the Orange County Department of Health's Community Health Outreach Division. They're the ones that are able to give us these baskets. It would be a very big cost, and this is going to be no cost to the city. And we would like to thank the Orange County Health Department because of their constant support in bringing healthy initiatives to our community. And the last thing I want to address, and I know it's the talk of the town right now, summer construction projects in the school buildings this year will affect many of our programs. We are looking to house some of our programs. Unfortunately, a location for sports camp, some place that has availability, has the space, and has the facilities to have a traditional sports camp can't be held. We are looking very hard at working with local churches and local agencies to run 1-week specialty programs. As these become firmed up, we'll make sure we let the public know. Kudos to Mount Carmel Church. They already reached out to house our police academy. And we have other groups reaching out to us to do a lot of little 1-week themes. We're probably going to have to rely on our neighbors a little bit in the town of Wallkill and utilize their camp as well. But come 2018, sports camp will be back to traditional sports camp that we're used to in bigger and better facilities. We're working hard to come up with a lot of alternatives. We just don't want to make any promises. So if the public has any questions on that, please call the Recreation Department. We don't want you having false information. So give us a call. And that's all I have this evening.
Any question for Chris? Thank you, Chris. Corporation Counsel?
Good evening. Just a couple of observations. As Chris says, it is an exciting time to be here in Middletown. I'm not born here, but I've lived 60 years here, so not as long as some of you, but a long, long time, and been involved with city government for quite a long time. And I will say that working closely with the mayor and with all of you. The respect that Middletown now has from around the state, we've seen it with the DRI committee, representatives from the Secretary of State's office and the governor's office and elsewhere. A lot of respect that these folks have and what is happening now, and he's not paying me to say this, but is really due to the leadership of our mayor and also the leadership of all of you. Joe did touch on, in the state of the city, about how we have developed projects here in town and keyed in development goals. And that's been very, very successful. As he mentioned, Clemson Brewery completed their goals early, and Equilibrium Brewery looks like they're going to be on track to do that, and some of these other projects, Tompkins and others. But one was not mentioned but happened a few years ago was the YMCA. And you may recall that the city did own that Liberty Street building, and we negotiated a deal with the YMCA. They bought it, and now they've moved a lot of their programs there. I had the opportunity to be at the YMCA the other night for their annual meeting, and I just want to put on the record that a couple of our own folks were recognized. Kate Ramkasoon was recognized for her volunteer efforts with the swim program. It was good to see that. And the volunteer of the year was my good friend since first grade, and probably the best city clerk we've ever experienced, John Nomchik, the volunteer of the year for the YMCA. So I just want to pass that. And he didn't pay me to say that either. And that's all I have for tonight.
Any question for Rich? Thank you, Rich. John?
I have nothing this evening. Thank you.
Question for John. Kleiner?
Mr. Numchuck, would you explain a little bit about what's been going on in the council chambers? They look terrific. And
Sure.
like it.
The last 4 or 5 weeks, we've redone all the woodwork in all of the council chambers, and now we're into the caucus room. All the desks have been all done. All the brass has been redone. The bookcase has been redone. We put in all window treatments, new window treatments in all the windows to try to make it a little bit more modern. New seats, of course, and also new chairs that we got into the council room. I tried to look at some of the older pictures of what we had to try to get back to where we were before and try to make it more modernized, but still try to keep the historical part of the room. And I think I have to thank everybody that helped, DPW, Jacob, the Parks and Recs Department that took a lot of the old chairs, went to the Parks and Recs Department. Thank you to them. Thank Mr. Keck for doing a great job. The Middletown company who does church pews and stuff, has a business right here in Middletown. They did doing all the work of the woodwork. And thank you also to my office for their help, and a lot of other people too. And I think it did come out pretty good. And DPW for painting, which made a big difference.
So if you look around, there's no pictures, there's no posters. It's gonna stay, it's only gonna be okayed by us and John. So we're not gonna stick it, every time there's something going on, we put a tack on the wall. So anything that's gonna go up is gonna have to be authorized by John. Any question for John? All right, thank you. Okay, Mayor, anything else?
That's enough.
All right, great. Also, Civil Service Commissioner?
Only want to speak tonight just for a minute because we do have the fire chiefs here. Our fire exam will be given on the 18th of March. We had 86 applicants for the firefighters exam and 4 for the bilingual firefighters exam. Please, though, anyone that hasn't signed up already, the deadline has expired. We passed that date. We've notified Albany, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm looking forward to, we'll have 90 applicants taking the firefighting exam. Thank you.
Okay, Alderman remarks, Alderman John Francois.
Thank you. Good evening. I just want to congratulate the mayor for addressing the city this evening. Did a wonderful job as usual. And also, we have our 4th Ward constituents meeting on Monday, the 27th, in this chamber at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Alderman Kleiner.
I too want to congratulate the mayor. There certainly was a lot to cover. I think he put it together very well, and it's been a busy year, and hopefully it'll be even a busier year ahead. And we had a really excellent turnout. I thank everyone who came tonight. It's just always nice to see the council chambers filled. Very quickly, there was a classic 10K recognition dinner a week and a half ago, and I just want to tell people that they do give out checks. They gave out a check to the warming station. They gave out a check to the Mayor's Youth Council. They gave out quite a few checks, and so they also do fundraising and then support a lot of charities and a lot of community groups. The Greater Middletown Interfaith Council will be having a fundraiser for the warming station. That's on Sunday, March 5th at 3 p.m. at the United Presbyterian Church on Orchard Street. It's a choral music festival, and it's always very well done and very well received. So if you can get out to it, it would be appreciated. And I thank John that council chambers do look great. It's really nice to see. I also was sorry to hear that I know Larry Risdall has been unable to make the last couple planning board meetings, but I will miss him. I think he was an excellent planning board chairman, and he certainly knew his stuff. So I wish him the best of luck and thank him for many years of service, in that highly paid position. And finally, on my way down, tonight and earlier riding around today, again, I see, and I'll speak for the Second Ward, I see so much recyclables out on garbage night, and I do hope we're going to find a way to. I know we're talking about the whole collection issue, but we really need to do some kind of enforcement so you don't see like 50% cardboard boxes and cans and stuff like that next to the garbage. We really ought to recycle. I mean, it's the 21st century. We should do it. That's it. Thank you.
Alderman Witt.
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
Alderman Johnson.
Well, I totally want to be redundant in thanking all involved. As a council, I think we appreciate everything that's done on a daily basis, weekly basis. But State of the City is a perfect time to say it out loud. So thank you all to the mayor, the department chairs, all the city employees that make all these great things happen. Thank you very much.
All right, Counsel.
Good evening. Again, yes, Mayor, I'd like to thank you for your vision for the city, your hard work, and just laying it all out tonight is always a nice time for us to sit back and see what happened in the last year and what we can look forward to coming up. And I think we can all agree that Middletown just keeps moving in the right direction with your leadership and with a good council. So it's a pleasure to work with all of you. I wanted to say thank you for that. And just a quick reminder on a business end that the Third Ward meeting will take place next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And I hope to see a lot of my Third Ward neighbors there. That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Alderman Massey. New business.
Okay, we have a resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey to authorize the mayor to sign an alarm monitors agreement with Prime Security Systems for the city's property at 35 Clemson Park.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ram Kasoon to authorize Detectives Weisenegger and Valentin to attend the Hate Crimes Investigation School to be held in Albany, New York, Monday, March 6th through Thursday, March 9th, 2017, and this is a properly budgeted item.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Ram Kasoon, seconded by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey. President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson to authorize Lieutenant Tholen and Officer McDonald to attend the 2017 Explosive Detection Canine Handlers Conference to be held in Saratoga Springs on Wednesday, March 1st through Thursday, March 2nd, 2017, and this is a properly budgeted item.
Sponsored by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt to accept a grant of $4,463.52 from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for partial reimbursement for the city DPW expenses associated with the electronic waste collections days that was offered last year.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Witt, second by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Ram Kasoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner to close any and all streets and intersections necessary for St. Joseph's Church to have their outdoor Stations of the Cross procession Friday, April 14th, beginning at 9 a.m. through 11 a.m.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Kleiner, second by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Jean Francois to authorize Sergeant Doty to attend the 25th Annual Mid-Atlantic Law Enforcement Executive Development Seminar to be held in Princeton, New Jersey on Sunday, June 11th through June 16th, 2017, and this is a properly budgeted item.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman John Francois, second by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey to authorize the treasurer to accept a donation from the Classic 10K Road Race in the amount of $500 for the Mayor's Youth Council.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Cassoon. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderwoman Ram Cassoon to authorize the mayor to sign a contract with JCO Inc. to provide the management services and act as chief operator of the water treatment plant for 1 year ending 12/31/2017.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Cassoon, seconded by Alderman Massey. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson to authorize the mayor to sign a contract addendum for Atlantic Traffic and Design for continued professional traffic engineering services associated with the proposed intersection improvements, James P. Kelly Roundabout.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman John Francois. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson to amend Resolution 351-16 on December 6, 2016 for engineering services by CDM for providing wastewater treatment, organics, co-digestion, and co-generation, and replace with a revised proposal not to exceed $35,000.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman Kleiner. Any discussion? Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes. That is all for new business.
Audit.
Mr. President, I move the accounts be audited and the claims be adjusted and the city treasurer be authorized to issue warrants for this.
Resolution sponsored by Alderman Massey, second by Alderman Johnson. Roll.
Graham Cassoon.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
John Francois.
Aye.
Witt.
Aye.
Kleiner.
Aye.
Massey.
Aye.
President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Resolution passes.
Over.